Hi guys, in this video we're going to tackle a really difficult topic, essay topic. Now, why is it so difficult? This one is, should it be illegal to text and drive? This is our topic right here. Should it be illegal to text and drive? Now it seems pretty simple and it seems pretty easy. Why? Because I think the answer here is pretty clear that texting and driving should be illegal. But here's the challenge. Why is it illegal? Well, it's because it's dangerous, right? It's dangerous. Okay, what else comes to mind? Not much, because you see, there's not a lot of reasons for it to be illegal. One reason is that it's dangerous. But you see, you can't really have 3 body paragraphs with just one reason, unless you just provide a bunch of examples. But that's not what you're supposed to be doing in a basic essay, whether you're writing in college or whether you're writing for a test or an exam that you want to pass. See, this is why this one is deceptively simple. It seems simple, but it's actually not so simple. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the usual steps that I take, and I'll post the link to the tutorial in the description, and also here in the upper right hand corner where I have the video for the tutorial. Now, what is our step 1? Our step 1 is always to take a stand, meaning that we need to decide, okay, should it be illegal or should it not be illegal? Okay. Texting and driving, let's just say texting and driving should be illegal for 3 reasons. And we're just taking a stand here. It's okay that I wrote here for 3 reasons, because the next step that we must take is we must find 3 reasons that texting and driving should be illegal. And that's not so easy to do, actually. So if we just simply say that it is dangerous, well, why is it dangerous? You see? Let's try this. Let's say, well, it is dangerous and can lead to accidents. We can also say it is irresponsible towards the driver and other people. Now, why is it irresponsible? It's irresponsible because it's dangerous, right? So you see, this is why it's not so simple to actually break this one down into 3 really different, distinct reasons. And remember, we must have 3 reasons that are really different from one another. If they're similar, we're going to run into problems while writing the body of the essay, because we're gonna once we've written section 1, and by the time we get to section 2, we'll be like, oh, I already said that, I already wrote that. So this is why we need 3 distinct reasons. Now, so it is dangerous and can lead to accidents. It is irresponsible towards the driver and other people. Now I'm actually thinking of the third one, and the third one is it does not lead to higher productivity anyway. Meaning, why text and drive? It's not productive. You're not accomplishing anything while texting and driving. Now, let's see if we can make these really distinct from one another. Well, this one, you see, it does not lead to higher productivity anyway, so it's not productive. So, you see, texting and driving affects both. It affects driving and it affects texting. So here I'm saying that it does not lead to higher productivity or communication. It does not lead to better productivity, or let's say to better communication. It does not lead to better communication. Or maybe it leads maybe it actually let's make it even stronger. It leads to less effective communication. So texting and driving is bad for texting, not just for driving. Now, you see how we already got at least two sides of it. Because we have texting and driving, so why not talk about texting separately? And why not talk about driving separately? Now, texting and driving can be dangerous and can lead to accidents. Okay, this is very obvious, but it's true. So we have a very strong first one, and we have a very strong third one. And are they different from one another? Absolutely different from one another. This one is about driving. This one is about texting. They are different. Now, let's see if the second one is actually good. It is irresponsible towards the driver and other people. Okay, it's irresponsible. Well, it's irresponsible because it's dangerous and irresponsible. So these two, you see, these two are actually too similar. I don't really like the second one because it's too similar to the first one. So I need to think to come up with a better second one. And notice, I'm taking all the time in the world. Well, not all the time. I'm not going to take whole day to write down, to come up with these three reasons. But I will take my time because this is extremely important. It is extremely important to come up with a very, very good three reasons, because once I have these three, everything else is going to be a lot easier. Everything else, the writing the body of the essay is going to be very easy. Okay, I mean relatively easy. It's going to be a lot easier if I have these three reasons really, really different. Now, it is irresponsible towards the driver and other people. Now, we can say it is dangerous and can lead to accidents. Okay, not effective communication. Here's what we can say. It is dangerous for... Well, it's obviously dangerous for everyone. Okay, here's our third part. Our first part is texting, another part is driving, and another part is illegal. Now let's talk about the legality of it, right? Should it be illegal? The legality of it. If it is made illegal, which it already is in most states, I think, if not all of them, if it is made illegal, this may deter people from this irresponsible behavior. Again, seems pretty obvious, but we can talk about it being illegal. What if it's legal, but I mean, yes, it can be dangerous, but a lot of different things are dangerous. Even drinking without driving, let's say just drinking can be actually dangerous. But if it is made, can we talk about the legality of it? Yes, if it is made illegal, this may deter people from this irresponsible behavior. Yeah, I think it's a good second point. It's a good second point, and it's a good continuation of it's a good segue from the first one. It's actually a good continuation from the first point. It is dangerous. It can lead to accidents. Okay, so if it is made illegal, this may deter people from this irresponsible behavior. And in any case, texting and driving does not lead to better communication. Okay, here we are. I like these three. Why? Because they are different from one another. So let's do the next step and let's put together the complete thesis statement. This is step 3. Okay, let's go like this. Texting and driving shouldn't be legal for 3 reasons. It is dangerous and can lead to accidents. That's number 1. Number 2, if it is made illegal, this may deter people from this irresponsible behavior. And finally, and we can just say finally, it leads to less effective communication in any case. So that is actually a very good point. Okay, now it's time. Now that we have a complete thesis statement, now we can write the body of the essay. And see, it took me almost 10 minutes. It took me almost 10 minutes to write this. And this is just how many words? This is 37 words, which is about what my thesis statement should be in a 300-word essay. I really took my time doing this, but now see how much easier it is for me to actually write this essay. Okay. Point 1, I'm going to take them point. I have 3 points, so each point I will devote a paragraph of the body of the essay to each of the points. So here is my first point. It is dangerous and can lead to accidents. Okay, texting and driving is a very dangerous behavior. It leads to distraction. It leads to distraction and often results in accidents. Some of the accidents, we can say, in fact, each year, let's say hundreds. It could be thousands, but let's say hundreds. Hundreds of people, let's say in the United States, but you can pick your country. Hundreds of people in the United States are killed by distracted drivers. There we go. By distracted drivers. It is hard to pay attention. We can say this happens because, and what are we doing? We're providing an explanation. This happens because it is hard to pay attention to the road and to the surroundings, while constantly glancing at a phone screen. There we go. Yeah, you can't. I mean, you can only look at one thing at a time. There we go. Last year, now what we're gonna do? See, here's what I do here. Here's what I do in the first sentence. This is my main point it's my main point of the paragraph. Now, next is going to be, what am I doing next? Next, I'm providing an explanation. Why is it dangerous? Well, this is dangerous because it leads to distraction. It's understandable. It's hard to pay attention to the road. And I think actually this sentence actually belongs here. Let's read it and see if this sentence, if I move the sentence correctly. Texting and driving is a very dangerous behavior. It leads to distraction and often results in accidents. This happens because it is hard to pay attention to the road and to the surroundings while constantly glancing at a phone screen. In fact, each year, hundreds of people in the United States are killed. Okay, we don't need in fact here anymore. Each year, hundreds of people in the United States are killed by distracted drivers. Last year, and now it's time. Okay, this is the explanation. And this is a general I'm kind of introducing an example. It's a very general example. Yes, a lot of people are being killed. This is it's like introducing the example. And now some specific examples. Last year, my neighbors, and you can say that, my neighbor's, let's say nephew, okay, we can say got killed, okay, or was run over by a minivan driven, okay, my neighbor's nephew was crossing a street legally and was run over by a minivan whose driver was too busy texting his wife. And we can even add a little bit more. You see, his wife, I'm just really making this up, it doesn't really matter, but it's a specific example. By a minivan whose driver was too busy texting his wife to get the list of groceries. To get the list of groceries to purchase. Okay? To buy. There we go. And that's enough for the first paragraph. That's enough for the first body paragraph. What is our next body paragraph about? If it is made illegal, this may deter people from this irresponsible behavior. In my state, we can say, okay, if texting and driving is made or kept, we can say is kept illegal, this will prevent a lot of deaths. Well, we can say, will this prevent a lot of tragedies? Let's put it this way. Okay, if texting and driving is kept illegal, this will prevent a lot of tragedies. And now we can say when this behavior, we can say, so that we don't repeat ourselves texting and driving, when this behavior was outlawed in my state, whatever your state is, and you can say what your state is, that's fine too, was outlawed in my state, the number of accidents resulting from distraction was drastically reduced. I don't know if this is actually true. It was drastically reduced. I don't know if this is actually true, but I'm going to write it anyway because I'm writing this essay at an exam and nobody is going to fact check me. Okay? Nobody's fact checking an essay written on an exam. Why? Because you don't have access to the internet. So don't worry about it. Just make up an example. Here we go. Or just make up any kind of statistics, an explanation, whatever. As long as it makes sense. Don't make something up that is unbelievable or something. But this makes sense. Yes, the number of accidents just was drastically reduced. What else we can say? We can say conversely. I have heard. You don't have to say I have heard, because keep yourself out of the essay. Don't say I or we. Don't worry about it. Unless you're giving an example. My neighbor's nephew, perfectly fine. Why? Because it's an example. But we say conversely, texting and driving is still legal in some countries of the world. In some countries of the world, and it is sad to see the number of terrible accident statistics in those parts of the world. People run people over and often face light consequences because texting and driving, or driving while texting, let's just change it up a little bit, because driving while texting does not constitute breaking the law. You see? When it happens, people just, they're not breaking the law. So it's like they almost didn't do anything wrong. Now, still, but if it were illegal, the consequences would have been worse for them. That's my point. How many words do we have at this point in this essay? We have 206. Okay, so let's do the final body paragraph. Finally, it leads to less effective communication. We can say, finally, the quality of communication while texting and driving is very poor. It is hard to concentrate on two things at once and give each activity proper attention. So we can say, so not only does the driving suffer during this activity, but also the texting, but you can say so does the texting. Okay, yeah, that's a good point. So does the texting. It is easy to make a critical mistake while texting and driving. Okay, we can say, for example, a friend of mine was rushing to one job interview while texting with someone with regards to another interview. We can say, well, not only was he late for his interview for which he was driving. So, well, not only was he late for his actual interview, or for his interview, or let's say for the interview, just to make it crystal clear. Not only was he late for the interview to which he was driving, but he also botched his communication over texting with the other company. He simply made too many grammatical mistakes, and even wrote and even texted a few inappropriate words accidentally. As a result, he missed both job opportunities. See, I think it's a pretty good example. Wouldn't you agree? Okay, it's kind of, just be creative when you're creating your examples. Okay, and look how much I wrote on this one example. It's more than half of the paragraph. Why? Because I'm realizing that, hey, you know what? I need a few words here because I'm trying to get to 300. And now we say, to conclude what? To conclude, we're just going to summarize our points. What are our points? Number one, to conclude, texting while driving can be dangerous okay, we can say can lead to fatal car accidents. And what else? And should therefore be illegal. And should therefore be illegal. Because and it should be illegal and should be illegal to deter people from engaging in this activity, in this dangerous, really bad activity. In addition, and we can say, and the quality of, we can say in addition better than and is an equivalent, but we can say in addition, the quality of texting, is poor as well, making the activity not only dangerous but also unproductive. There we go, and that's it. How many words do we have? I'll bet we have at least 300 here. Oh, 373. You know why? Probably because I went a little bit overboard in this paragraph over here. How long is this paragraph? Yeah, 125 words. Okay, that's fine. Don't worry about it. That's totally fine. Here we are. I'm including the link in the description. Please don't forget to like the video. And here we are. I have these videos. I have a whole bunch of these videos in this playlist. Be sure to watch a bunch of them to see my process of how I go about writing a basic essay. And in fact, I apply the same process to writing a longer essay if I need to, or a paper, or even if I'm writing some kind of a job report, something for business. I always use this type of rhetorical structure, or almost always, but I always use some kind of a structure. I always need to know exactly what point I'm making and how I'm going to be structuring it. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next video.